Fug. That's it. Well, you guys seen it live. Well, I guess live for me, not for you guys. My keg kicked. That's the Brett IPA. Some bitch. I need keg anyway. Sad face, right? Alright guys, Tuesday night. That means tomorrow's Homebrew Wednesday! Ow! Keg empty Tuesday! Ow! New thing? New thing, maybe. Oh, squeeze me. Baking powder. So, kick the keg. So that's fine. I'm gonna get rid of these burps. I'm gonna transfer my barrel, my Russian Imperials. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer those to the barrel. So I'll need, I've got about 12 gallons. So I have 8 gallons in a barrel. I'll keep about a gallon just for top off. So then that'll be 9, 10, 11. So I'll have about 3 gallons to put in the keg and force carb at that point. We'll go from there, I guess. Whatever. But let's see. Sunday I brewed. So I brewed my whole melon pale ale. Numbers were good. I think I hit 1052 at about just under 6 gallons. So I didn't sparge as much as I should have. I stopped at 7 gallons. I usually go about 7. I went about 7 1/4. Usually go about 7 1/2 or so. Didn't do it. Had my head in my ass. I don't know what I was doing. But anyway, it's done. It's over with. I did a 2 hop additions during the boil. I did a half an ounce at 60, and I did 2 ounces at 15. So that put me right about 32, 35-ish IBU, which is where I wanted. I was saying 30, but if you're getting 32, 35, and that's fine. That's fine too. And mine are all mostly late additions, so that's good stuff. So then that's been chugging along since Sunday. Fermented out with US-05. Right now it's sitting at 66, just under 67 degrees, which is basically ambient here. I set my keezer to that just so it wouldn't have to work as hard. I mean, not my keezer, but my fermentation fridge. So it wouldn't have to work as hard. Basically, that's why I did it. Lazy. I wanted to keep the fermentation, at 70 or below, just to try to keep the yeast as neutral as possible. Excuse me. So yeah, that's that. I got some video of it. The brew day, not much. And I also let me walk over and get this real quick. So I've got some video of this, right? This is my pressure racking cane. So what it did, I'll show you what it did. I bored that hole in there. So I've got a short video of how I did it. Now, one thing I'll tell you right meow is this one's too big. I think it'll work once it gets pushed into the barrel. But one thing I did, I went ahead and I heated my little tool up. You'll see my tool in video. I heated my tool up, and my tool heated it up. It was so hot and red hot, and I poked her with it. But so I took it apart and I took the coupler off of it, and I just soldered on a longer piece of 1/2-inch copper, right? So I've got a 1/2 to 3/8 reducer with a piece of probably 3-inch or so piece of 1/2-inch copper. So then, since that's a 1/2 to 3/8, and that's a 1/2 to 1/4. No, I can't remember, but anyway, a 3/8 drill will fit right through the center of that, and you just got to kind of tap it in. So then I can chuck that in my 1/2-inch drill. So I can use the 3/8 drill, which is the same size as the holes that come in these things, as a little bit of a pilot to kind of try to keep it centered. It's not centered, you can see that, right? And it does a hell of a job. It pushes right through there. But makes a nice clean hole. It's not as clean as it would be if it was factory, but it's pretty clean. So anyway, that slides up in here. So you guys can see there's a gap there, so the CO2 will come in here. I had a couple extra ball valves, so I went ahead and threw that on there. Had an extra nipple, so I could control the flow there. Put this here, and boom, Bob's your uncle, right? So that's that. Still got to clean it up, finish cleaning it up, and put it together permanently. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, I'll let you guys go, get some videos, some clips of videos that I did. Nothing too exciting. But yeah, no. You guys are probably seeing on the interwebs, on the YouTubes, I am kind of doing this whole hop experiment. Me and I think right now there's 12 of us all together, or 11 of us all together. But anyway, we all picked different hops, and we're all doing the same base malt recipe. Of course, we're all using different hops, but we're all keeping the same IBUs. And we're all dry hopping, whirlpool, and all that stuff the same. So anyway, and Mike Dean is in it, Josh Secor's in it, Nate Pico's in it. You know, there's a bunch of guys out there, Carlisle. But anyway, you gotta be on the lookout. Anyway, all right, guys. Cheers. Sad face. Bye, beer. Bye, beer. Peace. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these 3 pieces to make basically a hole saw. So this is a piece of 1/2-inch copper. It's going to fit. Turn that up. So let me get this in the hole. Let me get this there. All that is just basically a union. So I can solder all that together. So it's going to look like that. This side, this is a 1/4 to 1/2-inch reducer. This is just a 1/2-inch coupler. So I'll solder that together. Basically, this side is going to be small enough that I can chuck into a 3/8 cordless drill. And this side will cut my hole. So this, once it's soldered, I'll lube up this side, and let's chuck this in my drill, and I should be able to go ahead and cut a hole through the rubber. This side, obviously, since it's got a hole in it, I can chuck I can put a small drill in there, and just kind of drill small enough that it'll be tight inside that ID, and use that to center if I want to, and just go from there. All right, guys. Anyway, all right. So that's finished product. I need to clean it up some. Soldering job, not the best. It's been a while since I've sweated anything, but anyway, it's held together, and we'll clean it up. And all right, that's a 3/8 drill inside of that. So yeah, it's too big to chuck in a 3/8 drill, so I'm gonna have to chuck it in my 1/2-inch drill. But anyway, that should work just fine. All right, that's the number 8 stopper. It's already got a 3/8 drill hole in it. So there's a little hole saw I made with the 3/8 drill through it. So that's all been chucked up in this 1/2-inch drill. So yeah, I got a little keg lube on there for some lubrication. I'm gonna mount it here. I'm gonna hold it and drill it. So hopefully I won't hurt myself. All right. So there's the aftermath. That's just dirt from my hole saw. No big deal. But I've got a little bit of cleaning up to do. But yeah, everything worked. Everything worked great. A little bit left. So after running it through a few more times, it cleaned up the hole. I think that's going to be good enough for me, for what I need. It's never really going to come into contact with beer, but it is clean. It's just not as smooth on the ID. But I'm going to clean it up, and I'll put it on my finished product. I may end up wrapping some thread tape, some Teflon tape around the barb, just to tighten up that fit a little bit. But it may be all right once I push that into the barrel and push it in tight. So anyway, yeah, that's it. I think fits pretty good. Right, about 4 minutes into my mash. So it's basically pretty simple recipe. It's 7.5 pounds of 2-row, a pound of Crystal 40, and a pound of Carapils. So that's it. It's going to be about 35-ish IBUs or so. It's all mostly late edition. It's going to be a 1/2 ounce of whole melon at 60. Then at 15 minutes, it's going to be, let's see, 2 ounces. So that'll put me right about 32-ish, 35-ish IBUs or so. Then I'm going to crash it down to below 180. Then I'm going to do a 2-ounce whirlpool. So pretty exciting stuff. Right now I'm sitting at 148 degrees. So yeah, I got 7, 8, 9.5 pounds in there. The last 2 brews I've done has been Russian Imperials with 16 pounds of base malt. So a little bit of difference. But anyway, that's it, guys. Going to I don't know how much more video I'm going to take. You know, it's pretty exciting stuff. But anyway, should be a good one.